Alright, we're going to look at another video of me going through a scenario and just commentating over my thought process. And in this case, we're going to be dealing with hospital, which is typically a drop not a lot of people drop in, because kind of like downtown, there's a lot of campers, there's a lot of different levels, people like to camp on rooftops. That's usually a big hotbed for snipers, and so we're going to try to see what we can do to deal with it. And I'm running the M4 and the FAL as my secondary. FAL will be my SMG substitute in this case. And so when we drop on hospital here, I'm going to try to go for the bounty. I'm looking for a bounty that's a little bit more easier access. I know that there's one inside, and then there's one that appears to be on the roof, but I guess I misjudged that, so I'm going to go for the far back one. Just so I can grab it quickly and kind of figure out what my surrounding would be like. And so I see somebody off in the distance. I'm kind of assuming that that's someone parachuting in. You see me peek open that door just to be a little bit quiet as this guy takes off in his chopper. Try to take him out early. See someone right here, pull up FAL, down him easily. FAL does pretty much the highest damage up close. It's a really good substitute for SMG, so if you guys are figuring out what kind of loadout I'm going to use for that, that's in a video that I've posted earlier. I'll link that in the description below. So here I'm going to go ahead and kind of keep an eye on the rooftop, which is on the main building there. That's the tallest building. I'm going to throw a kill streak on that cluster, try to nail this guy as he's dropping in, able to pick him off. And right now I'm going to try to catch people parachuting in, and just limit the amount of players that are dropping in on hospital, because it's such a big drop. So this guy drops in here. I'm going to try to finish him with FAL. Insane damage once again. And then keep my back against this vent. That way I'm not too exposed. I kind of think that there's someone right above me, or I keep thinking there's someone right behind me, so I'm going to try to limit that by throwing another kill streak here. I see the guy off in the distance, so I just barely glance right above that ledge to drop it, able to pick him off with the kill streak. Right now my bounty is pretty much off the map, so we're not going to deal with that right now. So now we're on the second level. Here again, trying to pick off players coming in. My aim right there is just really bad, so I'm going to go try to finish this guy off. And right now I'm just picking off players that are just keep spawning in. That way they're not in a position where it can take me out from a higher elevation. Because you're dealing with hospital, you always have to worry about people on higher ledges than you are on rooftops. So now that I move in, I'm trying to track this guy down. I don't see him anywhere. I think I lost him, so I noticed that there's a shop right next to me, so I'm going to try to get some resources as I go for the shop. Again, this is a little bit risky too, because there could be people on the rooftop. Able to get some armor and a self-revive, which is also a good thing to do if you're near a shop. You have enough money. Someone's trying to shoot right behind me. Able to pick him off with FAL. I also noticed that there was someone else parachuting in, so that's another player I have to deal with. Number one team is now at hospital. It's usually the players with the most money on them. So we're going to try to go for that target, because they are the target to go for if I want to be able to get enough money to be ahead in this game. So I noticed that they're on the roof. That's the biggest building here. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I creep around, try not to make too much noise. I was thinking about going up the staircase, but I realized, okay, I should probably take this as a faster access. Usually teams will have this mined up, but this is kind of like a big risk. So I'm able to do that. I think they're busy. Yep, caught him off guard. So there he is calling out for help. I know this guy's above him. Pop this guy as well, it's two. I think there might be a third or a fourth, because I am a solo in Quad Plunder. I'm just going to go ahead and risk it anyways. Right now we're being dropped with, there's an airstreak, or a kill streak being dropped on the roof right now, so I need to get off. And I just misjudged that fall. I didn't pop the parachute for some reason. I think when your back is up against the wall, it doesn't work, so if you jump out, you might have to be a little bit farther out. That's just my experience with mistakes like that, or it was just a mistake. But luckily I had the self-revive. That's always a good reason. And notice that I have level 3 threat on me, so I gotta be playing careful. Luckily I picked up that. Here they are. Back this guy up. I was able to get that bounty right on time to give me some highs. Now people are just pouring in right now. They're trying to track me down. This is the team that's the big threat for me. I am the bounty. Watch this. That's team 3. That's a full team wipe, and we are safe. Notice that there's also another team there off the roof. Gonna back up a little bit. They're gonna chase and just catch the bait. Reload while I'm hiding, thinking there's another player there, so I'm gonna back up a little bit more. Don't want to be too aggressive now that I have a lot of money on me. I need to get this money out. Head back to the store. Let's extract. So now you could tell that what I'm doing here is I'm going back and forth between inside the building and then back out, using the store to get resources and try to keep myself as hidden as possible. I don't want to be in the one spot for too long to keep myself predictable. So now I'm moving outside, farther out, thinking that there's players. As of right now, it kind of feels safe. This is kind of a dangerous area because I'm out in the open, but I'm feeling a little safe to be able to do that. Especially because my back is up against the building, and then there's nobody who can see me if they're on the top of the rooftop. So I'm gonna try to go back in. We're gonna see what we can find. Notice that there's a bounty there. I'm gonna try to get that bounty, and I think at the point of this video I've pretty much cleared out the entire hospital. I go in looking for trouble, but it doesn't seem like I can hear anything, or there's no shooting going off. I think as of right now, the entire, all the teams that have been dropping here have stopped dropping in. So that's a couple good tips about dealing with hospital, is just using the different levels to your advantage. Not staying in one spot for too long like people mostly who like to drop in. They'll just drop in on the top roof and then camp up there. That can be a open spot for players who are in downtown who would like to snipe in. They can snipe you from there, or you just always get constant drops, and so it's a very hectic spot to be in, especially if you're trying to solo. So yeah, I usually would try to work my way up. That would be my advice, actually, to deal with hospital, is you start from either the ground level or just a level just above that. As you saw me do, I started from the first rooftop and then worked up to the second, and then I ended with the highest level, which is the third. So yeah, so keep that in mind. If you use elevation, you use different levels, it'll make it a little bit harder for you to be predictable. And then if you're able to get out on top, the reason why I chose that first rooftop was to keep players who are parachuting in coming back into the spot. That limits the amount of players you're gonna have to deal with in hospital in general, because it's usually a hot drop. There's always a lot of people, and so if you can keep parachuters away but also keep yourself in cover, and then moving and using the different elements or different levels, you should be good for there. So yeah, so that's it with hospital. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That was a quick one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.